Okay guys, so Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales are a great time to get things you need at a good price. And we all know that we love our designer handbags, and our handbags are the main act. But our handbags need supporting characters to make them work better for us and also to protect them. So I've got 15 handbag related items to show you from Amazon that can help support our main act, which are the designer handbags. And I want to remind everyone, always shop around for prices. Don't always go with the seller or the link that I'm showing you, because maybe you can find a better price from a different seller on the same platform or maybe on a different platform. But I just want to show you the ideas so you can see if these items suit you, and then you can go and find the best price and the best platform from the best seller. Okay, so let's get started. So my first category of items are handbag straps. Now you guys know I love to change out my handbag straps to give extra looks. And I found a seller on Amazon that have like aftermarket versions of the Louis Vuitton straps. So they've got like vachetta type straps. Now this is not from that seller, but this is just to show you an example of the type of strap. So they have different shades of vachetta, and they've got ones that can suit down mirror bend bags. They've got black color. So if you're needing like an aftermarket strap to go with one of your vintage Louis Vuitton bags, or even like a different brand handbag that needs a similar color strap to this, or whatever color strap you need, have a look for straps on Amazon, because they can be a great affordable alternative to switching out your straps. Now the next type of strap I have to show you is this interwoven chain link strap, but the ones that are like the Chanel Pearl Crush. So these have a ball which makes them adjustable. Traditionally these interwoven link chains are not adjustable, but now you can adjust them. And that's been a real game changer for me for my vintage Chanel bags, because now I can have an adjustable strap. Vintage Chanel does not come with adjustable straps, and now I've got my own on there. So that's been a real handy thing for me to have to make my bag be more functional for me. And these aren't the only types of straps. You can find canvas straps. You can find so many types of straps. So if you're someone who likes to switch out straps, have a look for any strap deals you can find for straps that you like. Okay, so category number 2, this is strap accessories. So what I've got here is a shoulder strap keeper for a tote bag. So this is one that could be suitable for the Neverfull or any totes that have those really thin straps that might be digging into the shoulder and can hurt you. So this holds the two straps together, or you can just use it on one side, and now it gives it a bigger surface area so that it's not this thin strap digging into your shoulder, but now you have a wider piece to kind of even out the pressure for a little bit. So I thought this was a really good idea for people who have shoulder pain. Now I specifically don't wear totes because I actually do suffer shoulder pain, but for someone who does like to wear totes, this may be a great thing to improve the comfort of your bag. And again, it comes in many different colors, so have a look for one color that will suit the color of your bag straps. Okay, so next up is a bag strap shortener. So they commonly look like this, and these are commonly used with Chanel bags to hold chain links together to shorten the strap. So you can see I have it here holding the links together there, and now my Chanel chain strap is shorter, and now I can wear that at whatever length I want. So that's been really handy for Chanel bags. But you can use it on any bag you want that has links that you can put together. Now the next item is a strap extender, so the opposite of a strap shortener. So here's an example of one. So this is one that I didn't buy from Amazon, but I bought from a seller on eBay, I think. And this has been a real game changer for my Hermes Sac Sandrine bag. So this vintage Hermes bag actually has an adjustable strap. So a detachable on one end and adjustable strap. So it has two adjustment settings, which was great for short shoulder and long shoulder, but was not quite long enough to give me crossbody. But with the help of a strap extender, now I can get my bag crossbody, making the bag functional for me. So that's been a real game changer. Otherwise, this bag would have just been one shoulder only, and I tend to not like to wear bags one shoulder. So if anyone wants a little bit of extra length on their bags and you can detach it on at least one side, then that is a real game changer. And there's so many different sort of patterns, chain links to choose from. You can get pearl ones, you can get chain ones, you can get so many different types. So have a look for a design that you like and suits your handbags. Okay, so the third category is conversion kits. Now I love being thrifty with buying my designer handbags. I love buying clutches and pouches. for cheaper and converting them to handbags. Now, I know some people are not into that, but I am into that. And for anyone else who is into that, I have found buying conversion kits to be super helpful. So this is one that I got for my Louis Vuitton pochette home. Now, I actually accidentally bought the wrong size. I bought the 26 toiletry pouch organizer. So I needed to sort of hack the shape to make it fit my pochette home better. But now what that means is I can actually add straps to my Louis Vuitton and wear her as a handbag. And you can do this with the toiletry pouch, the Ophidia clutch. So many bags, even Dior have a toiletry pouch you can do this with. So if you're someone who wants to look for less, instead of buying like a $4,000 handbag, you can buy like a $1,000 clutch, even though that's still a lot for a clutch. I bought this Louis Vuitton vintage pochette home for under 200 Australian dollars. Not even under 200 US, I bought it for under 200 Australian dollars. And then I converted it and now I've got an under $200 Louis Vuitton handbag. Now, not all bags and clutches can use that type of conversion kit. For example, the Pliage Mini, that one, that's not going to work with that type of conversion kit. So that's got its own special type of kit where you have these little leather parts that hook into the straps or kind of dig into the straps, and then you can attach straps to it. So if you're someone who has a bag similar to the Pliage, or you have the Pliage, the really small mini one, there's like a little pouch and you want to convert that, they actually have conversion kits for that too on Amazon. So I thought that was really cute and really clever. And then I found another type of conversion kit, one for really thin clutches, like you could be doing like the YSL clutches, the Louis Vuitton Kirigami clutches. These are really thin, one piece of felt with grommets where you can attach straps. So really you can convert so many different types of clutches now. And there's like a conversion kit for nearly every type of clutch. Just make sure you're measuring properly the clutch conversion kit versus your one so that you're getting the right fit for your clutch. And also you'd rather go a little bit smaller if you're not sure rather than going bigger, because if it's too big, it's not going to fit. At least if it's a little bit smaller, you can still get away with it if you're kind of unsure which size is best for you. Hey everyone, and if we haven't met before, I'm Lady Vintage Bags and I love vintage designer handbags, and I'm here to show you that you can not only own but even collect gorgeous designer handbags just on a budget by buying vintage. So if you love pre-loved vintage and affordable designer handbags, then stick around and hit subscribe because I'm your girl. Okay, now back to the video. Okay, so next category is my DIY kit items. Now, I love DIYing things. I only have a limited skill set. However, I love DIYing. So for example, again, I love turning Louis Vuitton clutches into handbags. So for this one, it's the screw-in Swivel D rings. So these are D rings which you can screw into the bag. So it's got one end here and the other end here. You do have to punch a hole to be able to screw it in. And now you have a little D-ring where you can attach a strap. You can do this on handbags. You can do this on whatever you want, shoes, wherever you want a D-ring. It's up to you, dog's collar, whatever you want. And now I've turned this again, under 200 Australian dollar clutch into my Louis Vuitton bag. Now the next item is a hole punch. Now to be able to screw in those D-rings, you needed to first punch a hole into the leather. And if you're wanting to see like a tutorial on how to do that, I've actually got my tutorial video, which I'll link up above and in the description box down below. Now this is not the exact same one on Amazon because I think I bought it from eBay years ago, but they have very similar types. And these, you have different size holes you can choose from. You can use this for your belts, DIY in your handbag, whatever you need to punch a hole into. It doesn't even necessarily have to be leather. And then you just clip with all your might, clip it. You might have to do it a few times. Like for me, maybe I'm too weak, but usually you have to really do it a few times to get that hole all the way through. And guys, all of these items are coming up at less than $50 US. So these supporting acts for our designer handbags are definitely affordable. Okay, so next up is an O-ring. These I like to use, they're like little carabiners. I like to use these as like extra strap extenders and rings just to connect two things together. I find these really handy. You can use this on non-handbag related things too. So if you've got a couple of extra bucks to spare, this is a great thing to add to your handbag toolkit. And guys, speaking of handbag toolkits, I've actually mentioned all of these three items in my What's in My Handbag Toolkit video, which if you haven't seen, I'll link that up above and in the description box down below. And they're my items that help to keep my handbags alive and healthy. Okay, so my next category is handbag display, or how to organize your handbags in your home. Now guys, I'm loving the look of these handbag perspex display boxes. Now I'm not sure how that would go in humid or hot areas because we don't want our bags to to be suffocating in there and growing mold. But maybe if you live in a cooler area, or you're in an area where you're always running the aircon, or it's not humid at all, this might work well for you. But in areas where it gets very humid, it might not be a good idea, but they look beautiful. Just look at these Perspex boxes. Oh, it's just like such a nice way to display your bags. But I think for me, in Australia, it might be too humid where I am, so that might not work for me. Now, the next display item are these handbag stands. Now, guys, I love seeing these in the background of people's YouTube videos. Now, I have been thinking about getting some, but I haven't gotten any yet. But they look so good in people's YouTube videos. And you can get them in like different colors. Like, I'm a gold person, so I would choose a gold one. And they have an adjustable height, which I think is really good. And there are some handbags where you may actually want to have it stored with the strap up, because sometimes if the strap flops to the side or whatever, it can ruin the shape of it. So some people purposely want to store their bags in a hanging formation to help to deal with the strap and keeping its shape. Okay, so the last category is handbag organizers, the organizers you put inside the handbag. Now for me, I have a lot of structured handbags. But for people who have very floppy handbags like the Neverfull or the Speedy, some people want a handbag organizer to, number one, help keep the structure of the bag, and number two, help to organize their things in the bag. Otherwise, if you already have a structured bag, you'd just be using it to help organize the things in the bag. Now, I love handbag organizers. Now, this one's not from Amazon, but this is one that I used inside this Chanel bag, because you can see it's all white, and the interior is actually all white too. So I actually want to protect the interior by using a handbag organizer. So if there's any spillage or whatever, it's going to be inside the organizer and not affect the interior of the bag. And then also it's got compartments. So it's got a zippered compartment, this one here. So I have internal organization as well as protecting my bag too. So that's 2-in-1 function for me. But again, you have to make sure you're checking the measurements of the organizer against the measurement of your bag. And if you're not sure, you want to go a little bit smaller rather than bigger, because if it's too big, it's not going to fit. If it's smaller, you can make it work. So always double check your measurements before going ahead and buying. And guys, remember to always check prices across different platforms and across within the same platform of different sellers too before hitting buy, so you can always get the best price. Now that was the felt type of organizer, which is really popular, but I discovered a new type of organizer I like, and that is this nylon organizer. Now this looks really tacky and it's not pretty at all, but it's so smushy that it can fit into like many different bags, and it can squish. Waterproof, so good for cosmetics. Lots of compartments, zippered compartments. And guys, this one was pretty cheap too. So I use this actually in my swimming bag and in my work bag. So guys, if you're looking for like a more inexpensive and really like sort of functional one that's not necessarily needs to be pretty, and you're looking for one that's not structured, these nylon ones are pretty good, pretty multi-use, pretty multifunctional. Can fit in totes, can fit in huge duffel bags. There's like a separate compartment. So guys, if you're looking for something that's cheap and cheerful, functional, this is something that I'd be looking into as well. Okay guys, so let me know if any of those suggestions was helpful for you and your handbags. And if you already have any of these things, let me know which ones you already have and how it's working for you. Now, if you haven't already seen what's in my handbag care essentials toolbox, where I show you everything I use to clean and condition and DIY my handbags, I'm going to leave that video here for you to carry on with next.